powerful. If anyone knows my wife, you know that she wouldn't let me hear that speech before. I had no idea what she was going to say. And you guys like that song, didn't you? First and foremost, I would like to thank my beautiful wife and my daughters for having the courage to walk down this path with me. Thank you for always believing in me and allowing me to give my time to follow my dream and passion. I would like to thank the men and women who helped put this wondrous event together. I'm truly appreciative of your time, your energy, and most importantly, your friendship. And lastly, I would like to thank you, the citizens of Baltimore, the men, the women, the children of this great city for coming out and joining me today and watch as I launch my campaign for City Council, 7th District. I'm truly honored and humbled by the fact that all of you have come out in support of me. Whether you've known me for 30 years or you just met me and you've known me for 30 minutes, you know that my heart is where my home is, and that's Baltimore City. I truly believe that Baltimore City is the greatest city in America. And it's not just because of our rich history, because we rank among any other city without history. The rich history that encapsulates our city because of the magnitude of potential in our city. Baltimore has so much potential, and I have a lasting desire to see Baltimore's potential come to life. That potential lies in every corner of the city. From the little boy at the gas station, hustling to pump your gas for a couple dollars so he can eat at night, to the single mother who is stretching every single end to keep the lights on and pay her overinflated mortgage, to the small business owner who's just trying to make ends meet to stay afloat through this recession. The potential is everywhere. Everywhere in Baltimore, especially in the 7th District. 7 years ago, the south side of the 2100 block, where you're standing today, looked nothing like this. 7 years ago, most of the houses in front of you were city-owned lots. They were vacant, they were boarded up, they were dilapidated, they were shells. My home in particular was abandoned for almost 20 years. Despite the area being crime-infested with open-air drug markets and trash issues, much like most of the 7th District, I saw potential. It wasn't a Nick Mosby thing or a Marilyn Mosby thing, it was my neighbors as well. We saw potential. Stan, Kofi, Jarika, the potential that gave the dedicated citizens the guts to invest in this great neighborhood and claim back part of Baltimore's history. Baltimore's greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to invest in Baltimore. It's time to invest in Baltimore now. As we all know, without investment, which is devotion of time, energy, and resources, potential is all too often lost. Lost potential is often wasted. And unfortunately, we see this lost potential every day in Baltimore City. We see lost potential not only in the hearts of Baltimore City residents who are overwhelmed by crime and feel overtaxed and underserved, sadly. We see the same loss and wasted potential in our children who no longer have that twinkle in their eyes or desire in their soul to aspire to be great. We see that loss and wasted potential in every aspect of city life. And the question then becomes, how do we invest? How do we invest in that potential and gain that lost potential back? First and foremost, you have to see it. You have to have a vision. You have to have the foresight to look past the negativity and see the potential of something greater on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, Baltimore City needs people in office with foresight to invest in our potential. We must take time, resources, and effort to invest in our most precious resource, our youth. We must decide as a collective that every child should have aspirations beyond their area basketball court. There's 3 in my neighborhood. Beyond that street corner. And develop ways of sparking our youth's interest in the emerging technology of Baltimore's future. We must find ways to push subject matter curriculums to our lower schools. Countries all across the globe do it. Why don't we? As your councilman, rather than merely place police officers on the street, I would be committed to develop community policing. I will be committed to developing premier recreational facilities that will allow our children to engage in positive extracurricular activities. One of the ways that we can reduce violent crimes in this city is to create summer jobs, giving them opportunities, giving them resources for the future. We must invest in our city today. Potential and a steadfast investment is what brought me before you today. Statistically, I am not supposed to be here. A black male raised by a single mother in a Northeast Baltimore row home, I am not supposed to be here in front of you. A black man whose mother had to send him through public schools her entire life because she couldn't afford any other school, I am not supposed to be here. A black man taught to ride a bike by his mother, taught to catch a football by his mother, taught to be a man by his mother. Statistically, Baltimore, I am not supposed to be here. But I am. All because the potential all because that potential was tapped by my mother, the late Eunice Dolores Orange, who in more than one way is continually invested in my potential. Growing up, my mother kept me busy. She took advantage of every single opportunity she could. From Head Start to Mesa to Upward Bound, she knew that her investment in my potential would realize and help me achieve greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, like my mother, as your councilman, I will invest in the potential of our children of Baltimore. I stand in front of you today at the steps of my house to tell you that I possess the foresight. I will invest in the potential of this great city. I'm committed to reducing violent crime and providing fully staffed and efficient deployed police officers on our street that will be part of the community. I believe that the key to bridging the gap between the police and the community is developing ways to seriously adapt neighborhood policing procedures that foster working relationships with the community. Thereby, I propose citywide police deployment and community participation in citizens on patrol. Why not show the community investment in safety and in our streets? Ladies and gentlemen, Baltimore needs leadership. With motivation and foresight, youth and energy, we need leadership that will invest in our youth, invest in our schools, invest in our neighborhoods, invest in our jobs, invest in the potential that Baltimore City has. And I am that man. As your councilman, I will remain committed to providing comprehensive local specific job training for the city's unemployed and underemployed citizens. Baltimore future job base will be in 3 main areas. This is my opinion. Biotech industry, tourism, residential and commercial construction. Not only should we prepare the youth for these competitive trades, but we need to prepare the unemployed and underemployed citizens for these trades. As your councilman, I remain committed to bringing transparency, accountability, and efficiency to every aspect of city government and every aspect of the future of this city. When I'm in office, I will support partially elected school boards that will allow the citizens to hold school boards accountable for its actions as it relates to providing quality education and experience. When I'm in office, I will remain committed to lowering property taxes in Baltimore City so that people will start once again investing in Baltimore neighborhoods such as this beautiful neighborhood of Reservoir Hill. When I'm in office, I will challenge varying communities throughout the district to make a collective investment in our homes, in our city, in our future. Baltimore, we have a lot of work ahead of us. No one person or group or entity can do it alone. I can't do it. I need you. We need a collective effort from all the constituents of the 7th District. I can't, we can. We as a collective must decide that the school system and property taxes are crippling the ability for us to grow this great city. We need more innovative people to devise innovative ways and bring our city back. We need to realize that Baltimore's potential, before it is truly lost, before it is wasted, our collective investment is what will take us into the next decade. Our collective investment will realize the greatness of our great city. Ladies and gentlemen, my vision is that of another 7 years, this city will look nothing like what it does today. My hope is to realize Baltimore's potential through the hard work and investment in this city. I pledge to you accountability. I will always be transparent in my dealings, and I will always take strive for Baltimore City government to be more efficient. I pledge to you that I will stand up for the citizens of the 7th District. I pledge that as your councilman, I will possess the foresight to invest in our home, to invest in our city, to invest in our future. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to invest. I ask for you to invest in me, entrust in me the realization, the potential, and the truth of this great city. Why? Because Baltimore is our home, Baltimore is our city, and Baltimore City is our future. Please vote for me, Nick Mosby, on September the 13th. God bless you, God bless Baltimore, and God bless America.